MegaPodTastic. Good morning, MegaPodlings. It's Krazy Joe, and I'm coming to you from a movie theater I have never been to before. This is the AMC Woodhaven. I have gone on record many times complaining about the limited show times that my local AMCs have. No shows past the 8 o'clock hour. It's become quite irritating. Well, this is the theater I just found out about. It's only 3 minutes further drive time than the Chamonix location. So I got one more to add to my repertoire. But I've never been here before. Let's check this place out. We're about to see Fantasy Island. And what is this right off the bat? Clean teeth, dirty streets. Clean teeth, dirty streets. Right off the bat, we have a clean teeth, dirty streets. What do you know? And here it is, the poster. The Island Knows Your Secrets. From the producer of Get Out and Halloween. Obviously, this is a remake of the 1970s TV show starring Ricardo Montalbán. But this should be an interesting take on it. I'm curious. That door is locked. There we go. So this is the place. We have a MacGuffin bar, concession stand. I'm going to be going over there to Theater 5. Not too different from most AMCs. Much like 309, the monitor is not working. Fantasy Island is a reboot of the classic 1970s TV series that famously starred Ricardo Montalbán as the mysterious Mr. Rourke. In this new film, he's played by Michael Pena. Michael Pena is always entertaining to watch, and he does a pretty good job as Rourke, I gotta say. Personally, I kind of wish they'd gotten Benedict Cumberbatch, because Benedict Cumberbatch played Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness, so it would have kind of tickled me if Benedict Cumberbatch had a second career just reprising roles previously played by Ricardo Montalbán. But no, Michael Pena is quite good in the role. The movie is getting terrible reviews. Critics hate it. It was the press embargo for the reviews was lifted after the movie already opened in theaters. Not even the day before, after. That's not a good sign. Critics were not kind. The film didn't even seem to get a wide release. My two closest movie theaters were not showing it. I had to drive to see the movie, and if on opening weekend your two closest theaters don't have a new release for that week, that's not good. So that tells me that Sony didn't think it was going to be a big hit because it didn't seem to get widely distributed enough. That said, it still managed to come in third place this past weekend, despite the bad reviews, despite the limited engagements. I gotta tell you, I enjoyed it. Really did. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's written and directed by Jeff Wadlow, who previously gave us the movies Kick-Ass 2 and Blumhouse's previous horror film from a couple years ago, Truth or Dare, which I enjoyed. Jeff Wadlow was attached for a while to write and direct a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe movie. And he's not making that movie. Somebody else is making that movie. It's a shame, because I heard an interview with Jeff Wadlow and his take on the He-Man property. I liked it. I liked what he had in store, and I was looking forward to seeing his version. And I gotta tell you, Kick-Ass 2, Truth or Dare, Fantasy Island, I've enjoyed pretty much all his movies so far. So, Fantasy Island is not perfect. It's got a huge plot hole. There is a plot hole in this movie that just kind of drove me crazy. And the funny thing is, the movie knows it has a plot hole because they acknowledge the plot hole. A character talks about the plot hole. They say, hey, if blank happened, then how do you explain blank? And then they offer an explanation that doesn't really explain it. So the movie knows it has a plot hole, tries to fill in the plot hole and fails. That's not good. So it's not a great movie. Despite the major plot hole, the movie is fun. It is fun, and it's got some surprising twists. The Jimmy O. Yang from the TV series Silicon Valley is in the movie. He's very entertaining. Other than that, it's mostly a no-name cast. Michael Pena and Jimmy O. Wang are probably Jimmy O. Yang, are probably the two biggest stars in the movie. It's also got the girl from Truth or Dare. Otherwise, no. Oh, and Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker makes an appearance, but otherwise, mainly a no-name cast. As is the way with Blumhouse, it's mostly just a low-budget kind of horror thriller made on a PG-13 to get a maximum audience in there. And I have to tell you, I think it works. I think it generally works on all levels for what they're going for. It's not a great film. It's not even the best film out right now. It's not even close. But it's an entertaining time at the movies. If you're a fan of the old Fantasy Island TV series, you'll probably want to see the movie. Don't let the fact, if you're not a fan of horror, but you are a fan of Fantasy Island, don't let the fact that this is being billed as a horror movie scare you away, because it's not really that horror-oriented. I mean, there's horror in it, yes, but it's PG-13 horror. There's not a lot of gore. And let's not forget, the TV series always did have some darker themes to it anyway. There was a lot of supernatural elements to the island that were really, really played up in the 90s reboot where Malcolm McDowell played Mr. Rourke. So yeah, it seems this franchise with every incarnation just kind of delves deeper and deeper into the supernatural. And this is no exception. So I like the movie. I'm going to give it a mild recommendation. This is not like a huge go see it high five. This is it's an entertaining time at the movies. It's that kind of high five. It's a mild recommendation. But if you saw the trailer and said that's something I want to see, you probably won't be disappointed. If you saw the trailer and said, not interested, I'm not going to move your needle. It's not that good. It's not that bad either. It's just entertaining. So yeah, mild high five. I liked Fantasy Island, but you do have to turn your brain off a little because there is a major glaring plot hole. All right, till next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.